I'm Dr. Megan Graff, Doctor of Physical Therapy and avid runner. I've run over 25 marathons over the last decade or so and numerous other races in between. I also have a passion for working with runners in my practice, so I'm excited to be able to bring this information to you and help you on your running journey. So let's talk about how running can help you get healthier and stay healthy. First, running can help you lose weight. When you're running, you burn 33 to 35 more calories per mile than just walking. And taking that another step, mixing in higher intensity running, such as sprints or just harder efforts in your runs, helps you burn even more calories and has a lasting effect on increased calorie burning throughout the rest of your day. Running significantly lowers your risk of cardiovascular disease. Regular running helps decrease your risk of heart disease by 35 to 55%. And runners have healthier joints. A study of 675 marathon runners found that they had lower rates of arthritis, specifically in their knees and back. Running is also good for your brain. Aerobic exercise helps with memory and learning. Running can also improve your mood through the endorphins that are released during exercise. It helps build your immune system through improved circulation of immune cells. All right, so let's talk about where people go wrong with their running. Many runners have a tendency to do the same kind of running every day. This repetition can not only increase your injury risk, but it also leads to plateaus in performance or weight loss, just depending on what your goals are. Run training should consist of a mix of very easy to very intense workouts, with the majority of your runs being very easy. This means you could carry on a conversation without getting excessively winded by talking. Your intense workouts could be anything from sprints or even just intervals of harder effort running, even doing hill sprints. Now, let's talk about some training tips that will help you stay on track and keep injuries at bay. First, keep a mileage log. This helps you keep track of your mileage so that you can build up safely without injury. You can also take a note of how you feel, meaning your motivation level, exertion level, and note your time so that you can track your progress over time. For example, a 3-mile run during your first week of training might take you 35 minutes and it felt really hard. Then 3 weeks later, you do the exact same run. You can now do it in 31 minutes and it only felt a little bit difficult. That's progress. Next, be mindful of your running form. Stay light on your feet. Thinking about how hard you're hitting the ground affects your injury risk. Imagine you're always trying to sneak up on the person running in front of you. They shouldn't hear you coming until the very last minute. Next, try to have quick turnover or fast feet. Higher cadence is important also for decreased injury risk. It will feel short and choppy at first, but keep practicing and it'll start to feel easier. First, here's an example of hitting the ground hard and overstriding, meaning your leg lands hard on your heel out in front of your body. This is a lot of pressure on your joints, and it's the equivalent of hitting the brakes with every single step. And you have to overcome that braking force, so your running ends up taking even more effort. And now let's see what it looks like when running lightly and taking smaller steps. You can visually see the difference of a lighter glide across the ground versus the stomping that it looked like in the previous example. Here, your foot ends up landing closer to your center of gravity, so it's much easier on your body. Next, prioritize your sleep. This is so important for your body's recovery. Don't sacrifice sleep to get an early morning run in, and try not to work out within 1 to 2 hours of bedtime at night. Inadequate sleep will increase your risk for injury, so if you're at a phase in life where you can't get good sleep, like if you have a new baby at home or you do shift work, then take extra days of rest in between runs. Strength training is also an important part of your run training. Whether you're trying to improve your performance or prevent injuries, building strength is key. Shoot for a minimum of 1 to 2 days a week of strength training, ideally using weights, not just doing body weight exercises. Incorporate lower body strength exercises, including squats, deadlifts, core exercises such as planks, and be sure to do some single leg or split stance exercises such as lunges, single leg squats, step ups, and single leg deadlifts. Finally, let's talk about nutrition. Be sure to eat enough nutrient-dense foods such as brightly colored fruits and vegetables, and an adequate mix of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. An easy guide to creating a healthy, balanced meal to properly fuel your running is having a third of your plate with lean protein, such as chicken, beef, or fish, a third with complex carbohydrates, such as potatoes, rice, quinoa, and a third being vegetables, such as your dark leafy greens like spinach, or even using veggie medleys. So remember, running is great for your health and easy to get started. Just be sure to be mindful of the variety of your runs, your mileage, running form, getting adequate sleep, adding strength training, and properly fueling your body for running and for life.